Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. This is our, dedicated Spider Mod Universal Item Pool run, which is why I'm not going into the item room here, because I want to set the stage. Who knows what could be inside? It is... Mom's panties seem to show up all the fucking time on Universal Item Pools run. Well, okay, in hindsight, maybe it would have been best to go with, Mom's panties instead of Lemon Mishap, but oh well, not taking a range upgrade is a fairly small opportunity cost. Hey, why do I have such a big smile on my face? I just saved 15% on my car insurance. They don't say 15% in the commercials, do they? They say a bunch of money, because if you're like 15%, that's like, $4 a month. That doesn't seem like it is. Shh, just say a bunch of money. Shh. We actually will get a reroll available. The only question is whether we'll want to reroll. It's on the boss room because we're on a Universal Item Pools run. Could be good, could be terrible. But anyway, we'll see. I have such a big smile on my face because the last Isaac run was so good. That was also the greatest bomb of all time, and we actually got a key. Oh, are you serious? Like, it was the greatest Larry Jr. of all time. We got a key from that Tinted Rock, which is really nice. But we got, on the second floor, the third floor of the last run, we got the ability to fly, in addition to Mom's Knife, and from that point onwards, there were some harrowing-ish moments with respect to our HP. You know what, we'll just take money equals power. Largely because A, it's a passive, B, it's guaranteed to give us more damage, like even if it only gives us like 0.08. And you know what, the other great thing about getting money equals power is normally it's better when it shows up later, but shops are some of the least valuable rooms for us on a Universal Item Pools run because we have to pay money for items that we could get anywhere else for free. So we also picked up the pony in addition to what we've gotten so far. I'm just gonna let you know that I could use that pony to fly over the rocks and then shoot the poop and maybe get some more money out of it. But I'm not actually gonna do that because that sounds terrible. And maybe we'd get like a penny, maybe we wouldn't. No big deal. The good news is we are fighting Gluttony here, and oh yeah, couldn't get out of the way of that one, could I? While fighting Gluttony, there is a reasonable chance. Very lucky to get out of the way of that one. There is a reasonable chance that we will snag an HP upgrade here, which would be very nice. Oh, careful. And we did. Okay, so that's beautiful. And maybe something else from this chest? A pill? Pill is... range down. Well, okay, we ended up leaving the floor with one range downgrade as opposed to a range upgrade. But, money equals power, extra HP, all very good. Let's continue moving onwards, shall we? As of right now, we got money equals power on the last run as well, and that was one of the big reasons we ended up being able to succeed despite not having too much health. It wasn't like we had 1 or 2 heart containers. We did a decent amount. That judgment's kind of freaking me out because it's very tempting, but also I can't. But, yeah, money equals power, 0.04 damage per pickup, per penny, I should say. So if we could... either A, get a dime, or B, just pick up like a 2 of diamonds pill. Or sorry, not pill, but you know what I mean, a card. That would be amazing. It's not necessarily the likeliest scenario. I really thought that would kill that fly. It's not necessarily the likeliest scenario, but it would be amazing if it could happen. It means that if, an Ace of Spades trinket shows up or something like that, it would be fantastic to be able to pick that up and maybe have a much better chance of getting a transient item that would give us a huge boost. So as of right now, we're up like, 1/6 of 1 point, but that's still fine. I don't know if we'll earn a deal with the devil here. As mentioned, the reason you want to deal with the devil on the first floor where it's possible, is so that you can get deals with the angel later, because a free deal with the angel where you can get anything beats 2 item pedestals where you can get anything, but you have to pay money for them, I think, at least. But anyway, we got our HP upgrade. I'm gonna save our fortune, not our fortune teller, our spirit hearts. The judgment is tempting. If I don't play him, it's not only because I have money equals power. It may also just be because 4 cents is not enough to necessarily guarantee a payout. So Crystal Ball is really nice here, and it's almost nice enough to make me want to get rid of the D6, but not quite, because with Universal Item Pools, D6 is super valuable. But if we pop this off, it gives us a Spirit Heart. It also shows us that we have a library on this floor, which is crazy huge, and we are able to go to the secret room for sure, which hopefully contains, you guessed it, more money. So we have to think, if a judgment takes an average of like 10 cents to pay out, that's just a convenient kind of metric for me to use. That is 0.4 damage, so his item would have to be better than 0.4 damage, which would have to be, the equivalent of like a Jesus juice or something along those lines. I don't know if the judgment, I mean, with D6s, we can make that maybe have a better chance of happening, but I don't know if it's that likely to happen on first blush, so I think we're just going to tell this judgment to fuck off. In our library here, we have Rainbow Baby and a Tears upgrade. Neither of which are super great, but they're both passive and they're both decent, so I'm going to pick those up and not worry too much about it. And I'm going to save my key in case we come across libraries in the future, or who knows, maybe we come across a particularly awesome item room or something like that we want to open. And I'm not going to go to the shop, I'm just going to keep getting my damage up. Basically, you might be saying, oh, Northernlion, you got to go to the shop. Normally, I would agree. If we got money equals power early, I would still go to the shop because getting an item like the compass would be amazing. But we're no more likely to find the compass in a shop than we are to find it in an item room, and we'd be spending money, which is damage in this case. So there are a lot of temptations there, but we're gonna skip them regardless. Oh wait. What's in our item room here? I didn't realize that I had a reroll available in an item room that had something that I didn't want. Oh, it's the crystal ball. So we should have rerolled this. Why did I not I'm an idiot, I guess is the answer to that question. So we get the shovel. At least the shovel won't show up again. Particularly important if, well, I guess in the universal item pools, it doesn't matter. So never mind. I was going to say particularly important so it doesn't show up in deals with the devil or the secret room. But, you know, again, universal item pools. Can't even blow up that TNT barrel. And I didn't want to use the shovel to just go down to the next floor because there was a spirit heart there that I did not want to waste. So I would say so far so good. Probably made some mistakes, but that's par for the course, isn't it? As long as I'm having fun with it, that's okay. So Rainbow Baby's gonna be nice, particularly for the little gish effect that maybe, you know, once every like 7 or 8 shots will come out. This is pretty much exactly where I want to be, except I'm a reroll shy of where I would like to be. And we're gonna go to the curse room right away, just because it's, you know, here, and it's gonna cost us 1 whole spirit heart, but we're fine on health for now. Catacombs is annoying. We have another key. We'll probably use that for golden chests as opposed to the shop, or maybe we'll just save it. The Ankh is an interesting choice, but it's an interesting choice that I'm going to bypass. So I don't want to use this key just yet, just in case there is another library. We'll just start, you know, getting our rerolls back up. Again, the Ankh is tempting. Extremely tempting, in fact, but come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Alright, I'll get on the other side of the map and we'll do it your way. You asked for this. I gave you the opportunity to go mano a mano, tete-a-tete, if you will, and you chose not to. So we'll reroll the Ankh, and it could be anything. It could even be a 1-up, which would be functionally very similar. I don't know why Forget Me Now shows up all the fucking time on these runs, but, you know, so be it. What's done is done. Let us come downwards. This is not going to be a huge floor, which is why I'm a little wary about the fact that I've taken so many rerolls already. Or, you know, I've limited my reroll potential a little bit. Very little bit. That's okay. I really just want more keys. If more keys could show up, that would be great. And more money, of course. More money would be amazing. You know, there's a definite case to be made for going with the crystal ball instead of the D6, especially when money equals power is part of the equation. This floor is over, man. That's really scary. So hopefully we get whatever we want from our we get whatever we want from our boss room right away. If it was a cube of meat, I would have been totally fine with it. Instead, we're kind of thrown into this limbo-ish situation again, where we don't know what we're gonna get, but that's fine as well. So in only 8 more cents, that will mean money equals power has effectively, that was really bad, has effectively become 1 more damage upgrade, and I totally forgot that this is the champion version of this enemy that, this boss, I guess I should say, that pays out with money. That's actually pretty fitting. So we do want to reroll Bob's Rotten Head, but we're going to go to the deal with the devil. Hopefully we just fight Krampus. We don't. None of those are worth it, but our rerolls are best served elsewhere, I believe, at least. Well, it doesn't matter whether we reroll Bob's Rotten Head or whether we reroll the Forget Me Now, does it? Because we only get 1 more reroll. Sure, okay, at least we got a passive here. That's 10 extra bombs. And we'll look for our secret room as well. It's impossible for me to get a D6 charge, but I still feel reasonably okay with the way this floor has gone. I would love to get some more keys, that's the thing, because I would love to open that golden chest and fight in that mob trap room, but, you know, pretty unlikely at this point that would work out in our favor, because we might not be able to go to an item room in the future or a library in the future, and I would be very disappointed in myself for that. That's why I saved this key. Okay, never mind. We don't know where the secret room is. I don't know why. I have a feeling it could be right here. Alright, well, let's just leave then, shall we? That's gonna do it for this floor. The reason I saved that key is, I think I mentioned this, but in case we came across a library, because library is basically like 2 item rooms rolled into 1. That's pretty nice. If we could find an XL floor and get enough keys to go to both item rooms and a library. That's like 4 item rooms on the same floor. Pretty huge. But anyway, that's water under the bridge, I guess, at this point. Okay, that was very close. Thank you, Cube of Meat, for doing a little bit of damage in the drive-by there. Another key is great. We'll, again, probably save that for another item room. Unfortunately, we're on an XL floor, so I don't know, or not an XL floor, like a Curse of the Blindness floor. So I don't know if that's a library or a shop, and I probably have to spend a key to find out. Well, I mean, I definitely have to spend a key to find out, but I probably want to spend a key to find out, because if it is a library, I would hate to pass it up. Dead Sea Scrolls, not very good. Gave us the nail, so at least we got 1 spirit heart out of it, and then we'll get ready to reroll it. Might as well shoot all the poop. We are at +1 damage overall from money equals power. Obviously, we're hoping to stack this up even more in the future. If there's a good item in the shop, we may buy it. It's holy water. Not necessarily the best item in the game. Arguably one of the worst. There's probably people out there that would put holy water as the worst. Or close, because it fucks up one of your familiars. It can be the worst if you have like a really great familiar like Little Gish, and that's your only familiar. Or Demon Baby, I suppose. Because it transforms them into Brother Bobby, but what is the best familiar? Demon Baby or Little Gish, I would probably say. Unicorn Horn is pretty nasty. We could use that on a blood bank or something if we come across one, which is actually a pretty good idea, but I have to use my rerolls as effectively as possible, so... You know, this is a room, or this is a floor that makes a case for having not gone with the crystal ball. We still would have gotten spirit hearts or tarot cards. That was really bad. Okay, we still would have gotten spirit hearts or tarot cards, but we wouldn't be able to see where we're going, which is the principal effect. So we're out of spirit hearts now, but you know, I'm not necessarily going to say it was worth it to pick up that penny, but I'm glad we did regardless, because extra damage is invaluable, right? We can always get more spirit hearts. Damage is a little bit harder to come by. One more room will give us access to this D6, which is of critical importance right now. And so far, so good. I think we're not in a 1 position at all. This is a run where still, you know, we're on the caves part 2, and we're hanging on by the skin of our teeth. But I always have faith in universal item pools, because they have a tendency to make you more powerful than your average run. Because damage upgrades are a little easier to come by, because they're not, like, certain rooms are more likely to pay out with damage upgrades because they're not restricted to certain items anymore. Certain rooms are more likely to pay out with less damage items, like the Deal with the Devil room, for example, which is why it's kind of bad now. Okay, Able is a passive, but it's among the not greatest passives in the game. We're still doing like our due diligence here to figure out where we should be going. Trying to keep a good mental map in my brain hole, but you know, that could fall by the wayside pretty shortly. I think this next room is where we start fighting enemies again. Good, and there's a curse room as well. I'm a little bit wary about going into it, but we'll see what our health looks like. We got another key, which is great. Well, I can always go into it and then pick up a spirit heart when I leave, and we'll probably get red hearts back eventually. So I think this is okay. In our curse room, we have a troll bomb. Not unexpected. I'm not overly disappointed, because that's just kind of par for the course. And we have our boss room, and we'll get a reroll right after the boss, so we might as well go through this right now. I think this is the mathematically best way to handle our current situation. And hopefully it's just an item that we want to begin with, but we haven't had very good luck with that so far. Mind you, I don't necessarily believe in luck, so... It's Little Chad, and Little Chad is like the worst of all worlds, because it's not an item that we wanted to begin with, but it's an item that we have no choice but to take as well, so... It's okay, you know, getting those extra red hearts, there are situations where it makes a big difference. I think I got so used to doing like permanent Polaroid invincibility runs, and Little Chad showed up all the fucking time. In fact, Little Chad has been showing up a lot more lately than I feel like he has before, just probably due to, you know, random observer bias, but anyway. We'll pick him up regardless, and we'll go reroll with the Able, which is pretty bad. And we've already been to the curse room. This may be our last reroll on this floor. It's kind of hard to tell. We didn't really pick up very much money on this floor, and I hate looking for secret rooms on the floors where you can't see where you're going. It's the most frustrating shit. I think it's the most frustrating shit in Isaac. I try to keep my, you know, priorities in perspective here. So we reroll Able. We get the wooden spoon. It's weird. If we get one more reroll, I may reroll wooden spoon. But I do really like picking up 1 speed upgrade, and we're not going to get another reroll. That's the end of this floor, I think. Unless hey, another penny, that's decent. Unless I missed the entire upper way here, which I did. Okay, like I said, trying to keep a good mental map, but it wouldn't be surprising if I fucked it up. So we'll probably get another reroll now. And if we do, I gotta think about it, because 1 speed upgrade, I think, is my perfect number. We're not gonna get another reroll. Okay, problem solved then. And maybe we'll find the secret room here as well. Okay, well, that was really bad. I don't think it's worth the Spirit Heart for the key anyway. So let's just take our speed upgrade. Would I rather have Able or 1 speed upgrade? Honestly, I would rather have 1 speed upgrade. Everyone's got their own preference for speed. I prefer... The most important thing, I guess, is that your speed is base or higher, I think. And after that, the most important thing is that you're able to get used to it. So you don't want too many speed upgrades or speed downgrades coming at you. Or it's going to be difficult for your brain to keep it constantly calibrated, you know? But 1 speed upgrade is basically like the perfect number for me, I think. It's the number I'm most comfortable at. One upgrade from Isaac, I should say. So, this is an interesting situation. I'm going to use a bomb here. I doubt it'll find the secret room, but we did get another Spirit Heart. Obviously, Demon Judgment is something that I'm going to prioritize very heavily on this floor. I'm not going to be going to the shop in all likelihood. The only reason I want to go to the shop is in case we fight Greed. And actually, you know what? Having this number of keys actually means that that is not necessarily the worst idea. Let's see what's in this treasure chest first. Okay, that's a lot of money. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Oh, it's beautiful! It happened! Okay, so now we are at 37. 37 times point... Oh, that was bad damage. 37 times 0.04. You know, we're at like 1 point... we don't want Steam Sale. We'll reroll the shit out of that. Yes, that's beautiful. Well, we're almost at 1.6 damage upgrades. But first things first, let's go play this guy. And we'll see if we can get a quick payout. That would be amazing. And it's the bean, but at least it's a reroll pedestal. So we didn't trade very much health at all for that extra reroll pedestal. That was like the ideal shop. We fought Greed and turned it into a compass. We turned the Steam Sale into a compass. We got money, and we got one of the best items in the game, and one of the items that is like very much less likely to show up on a Universal Item Pools run as a result of the kind of different weights of rooms. Normally the compass is probably like a 40% chance to show up. On this run, on Universal Item Pools run, I think it is less, although I'd have to actually run the numbers, because, you know, it can show up in more rooms, but it's less likely to show up in a room. It's like if you had one room that it was guaranteed to pay out with one item. On a Universal Item Pools run, yeah, there's like 9 more rooms where you could possibly get it, but it's substantially less likely to show up just because there's basically a 100% chance that you found that room earlier. Hopefully you understand what I'm getting at there. So we do want to reroll the bean. We're lucky in that we have a reroll pedestal available to soak up these rerolls, and that is Spirit of the Night, which is absolute no-brainer pickup. So we got the ability to fly. This is what I said, you know, if you give Universal Item Pools enough time, why would I dodge like almost right into that green bomb? But anyway, if you give Universal Item Pools enough time, eventually it'll almost always carry you through with some good items. It's a little touch and go at times, but usually you'll find yourself pleasantly surprised, I think, by the Universal Item Pools run. So, you know, I do get some complaints now and then. They're like, oh, Universal Item Pools runs are too easy. I get that, but I also like that it forces you to change up your strategy just a little bit when you're playing, and I think the runs are just fun to begin with. So, Fly Love, I think, is a terrible choice of an item for us. We'll just keep exploring the floor a little bit. I don't think Fly Love is very good in general. The only time I like it is if we're on a room that has a lot of bomb flies on it, and that's something that only happens like once or twice per run. So, I mean, as a payout from the Skull dude, the guy playing the 3 Skull Monty, it's fine, especially if you can reroll it, which we're doing right now. Luckfoot gives us exclusively good pills. I think that's a really good item, but I think we have many more opportunities to possibly get something even better. And we have gotten 1 or 0 pills over the course of this entire run. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get very few pills for the remainder, but it just gives me pause for a second to think about whether or not that's a sound investment. Guppy's Tail is, you know, there's a case to be made for a reroll because we're so late in the, like, Guppy game. It's pretty unlikely that we'll have a chance to pick up enough items to turn us into Guppy. But I hate to look a gift horse in the mouth. And also, it's great if we get a lot of keys. Then, of course, we'll be able to pop those open and get whatever item is possible from Golden Chests because of Universal Item Pools, at least with rerolls. So I'm content to take Guppy's Tail, especially since it's going to cost me nothing and will actually generate some extra reroll charges. So, pretty pleased with that. We'll just kill off this final Zambi. Problem solved, more money. Hey, we picked up another cent as well. And another key, so that's good. We're going to do a lot of backtracking on this floor. Well, it's not really backtracking. It's more sidetracking because we are uncovering stuff as we go along here. Now that I have the compass, it's actually quite nice because I can tell if we're going to have a library on a floor. We don't. You know, library is not necessarily the most common rooms to come by. I wonder if there's like a mathematical precedent for it. This is something that actually almost certainly has a legitimate answer by now. But our library generation chance is random. We're going to open this. That was a smart decision. Our library generation chance is random, or is it based on something? Maybe did you go to a library earlier? I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna reroll Luckfoot into a speed upgrade, which is not. I mean, again, one speed upgrade is pretty good for me. I'm gonna shoot the poop. We can always just leave. Oh, I forgot we had a Ouija board, which makes things much more difficult. Got lucky to not take damage there. We can always just leave after we shoot the poop, though, and that those flies won't regenerate. What do we need on this run? Well, the same thing you need on a lot of Universal Item Pools run, and that is a little bit more HP. It would make me feel a lot better about our situation. We're not in dire straits. This is pretty much where I was on the last run. I had more Spirit Hearts. We're gonna actually hope that that's a Demon Judgment, weirdly enough. I'll probably use it on this floor because we have a lot of Red Hearts just kind of littering the ground. But yeah, more HP would be, you know, the go-to thing that I would want the most. Be a little careful here. Ah, that range downgrade that I got on the first floor, coming back to rear its ugly head. I can't hide behind the rocks on these enemies, so that makes my life more tricky. But that's fine. We lost our Spirit Heart, big fucking whoop, right? More Red Hearts, more money. That money's good. 50 cents puts us at 2 damage upgrades. And you know, if you get money equals power and you play your cards right, you get a little bit lucky. You really don't need too many other damage upgrades over the course of the game. So we've got our reroll available, but we got to figure out whether we want to reroll the boss room or the item room. And I think it's pretty clear that we want to reroll the item room in this case because, well, we can't really reroll the boss room. We're going to get a free Tinted Rock there. Extra Spirit Heart. Nothing to sneeze at. It's an annoying champion version of death. That's fine. He's probably a little bit slower, if I had to guess. That's the compensation. But I might be wrong. Maybe he's the same speed, but it doesn't matter. Sorry, it's War also. Because when you fight War, if you have Spirit of the Night, it makes it extremely easy as long as there's rocks remaining. But we're already more than fast enough to survive this, so this should be fine. That was a great dodge from War there. I picked up the Spirit Heart. It was largely just a matter of accidental necessity. So there's our cube of meat. We are going to use Judgment. It's Demon Judgment. We're the luckiest people in the world. Okay, so we can afford to play the bejesus out of him. We are going to look for the secret room on this floor as well, because why not? We got a 3rd cube of meat because we used it on this room. I am accidentally a very smart man. I know there's people out there that prefer the 2nd level cube of meat to the 3rd level cube of meat. I'm not one of those people necessarily. So, I am very happy with the way that worked out for us. Just extremely good luck. And we found our secret room right away. It's it should have blown it up probably to maybe get a little extra money, but not a huge deal. I should point out, by the way, that it's actually like the speed upgrade thing that depends on whether or not you have the ability to fly as well. Not having the ability to fly means you want to be a little bit faster, I think. Sure, we get extra bombs, and they're poison bombs now as well. Pretty good. I'm very happy with the way that this floor went. Still want the HP, but we did pick up 2 cubes of meat, the fish head trinket, which is going to leave us pretty soon, and poison bombs. That's about it. And the compass. I totally forgot about the compass. Okay, so that worked out really well. And the money, which is basically damage. So I'm feeling good about that. Still need a couple of items to put us over the top here. It sucks that we have the compass, but can't really get too much use out of it here. Thank you, 3rd level Meat Boy. 3rd level Meat Boy, your pathing is actually pretty impressive. I thought you would just kind of fuck around, but you're actually managing to traverse the relatively difficult level here. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Okay, so that's always an issue when you're on Curse of Blindness. Now I don't know where I am. I mean, I didn't really know where I was to begin with, but now I have no idea where I am in relation to where I started, which means that I have no possibility to generate a mental map. At least I have no possibility. Maybe, you know, Jacques Cartier or something might have a chance, but not me. Now we are just going to pick up our money and move onwards, I guess. Blue spikes are easy to bait, but also pretty annoying if you're not paying absolute attention to them, which oftentimes I am not. Now we will destroy both of you, and we're good to go. Yes, definitely will open this. More money, so, you know, it makes golden chests better when you have money equals power. At least you can get a small amount of damage out of them. So we have the compass, but we still can't tell whether or not this is a library or a shop. We're going to go to it regardless. There is a small chance we'd want to buy whatever they have for sale. And you know what? Piercing shots is one of those items. I will trade 0.6 damage for piercing shots. I feel okay about that. Piercing shots never shows up. And I'm not just picking it up as a novelty. I'm picking it up because it's a really good item to have. The earlier you get it, the better, but that's true for basically anything. And we'll be able to get our money back here, and maybe snag an HP plus speed upgrade. You know how I feel about speed upgrades by playing this blood bank. But anyway, being able to get our money back, the principal benefit here. Obviously, there's a risk associated with it, but hopefully we'll pick up enough red hearts that it won't really matter. The curse room, yeah, we'll open it. Hey, that's amazing, actually. The curse room is something I'm very tempted to do, but I'm probably not gonna get it. It's the IV bag. Which, you know what? Yes, we're gonna play the shit out of it. There we go. Just to give us more money. And we may come back to that IV bag, but we have to worry about our health, too. But the more money we get, obviously, the better our chances of actually winning the run are. So, if I could get my damage up to 100, that would be amazing. We actually have another blood bank, though, so I would rather spend my money on or spend my health on that blood bank than anywhere else. In here we have the doctor's remote, which is pretty nastily bad, so we'll reroll that into blood rights, which is pretty terrible as well. What are we gonna do on the arcade? We could probably gamble nearly ad infinitum, but instead I'm just gonna do things the old-fashioned way, and that worked out very, very well for us. Not as mathematically well as it technically could have, but still very good. Okay, so I would say that things have gone very well for us. Despite buying piercing shots, we've managed to get our money back with a little bit of interest. And we're fine on health. We actually picked up an HP upgrade as well. The IV bag is extremely tempting, but also extremely scary. We're not going to take it with us forever, but we may take it with us for a while. Just to get as much possible money out of it as we can. And I think it's a smart decision, but it's a calculated risk. So it could end up turning out very poorly for me. We know what this pill is. No. Balls of Steel. We know what this pill is. No. Tears Up. I'm glad I took both of them. In our... Oh, should not be here yet. I should go back to that item room because it was something I did not want, if I remember correctly. This is why I hate Curse of Blindness, man. I get so kerfuddled, as I say, even though that's probably not actually a word. So why do I like piercing shots? They're like a weird Polyphemus. They don't really improve your damage. They don't affect your rate of fire, though. But they also put you in a position where you can do damage to enemies that are behind other enemies, and that's actually pretty important depending on what room you're on. Like Mom's Heart, for example, is a really good example of that. But anyway, we're re-rolling blood rights. You know what? I'm going to take Squeezy for the Tears upgrade and the extra Spirit Hearts, because I am going to be an enormous ding-dong here, which is also my nickname in college. And I'm going to play the IV bag, and we're going to reroll the bejesus out of it. Or not reroll, but we are going to reroll the bejesus out of the IV bag, which is why I felt okay about picking up Squeezy, even though it's not that good. But this will protect my my life a little bit, so I think this is a good idea. More nickels and dimes would be amazing. Hey, all right, well, there you go. So how much money do we have now? We are up to basically cap, 98 cents. That's real good. Have we already been up here? Now I'm like getting confused about where we're supposed to go. You know what? I can sacrifice half a Spirit Heart to go to the Curse Room in this situation. Smarter to come in here with a reroll, but whatever. Okay, so onwards and upwards. We now have basically 4 damage ups by way of this money equals power. So I'm pretty psyched about that. We don't really need more money at this point. The health that I've left here is a smart thing, though. But hey, it looks like we won't even be re-rolling the IV bag. I'm not sure if we've completely exhausted the floor, but the floor has completely exhausted me. So let's move on. We're going to be fighting Mom. It is regular Mom. And our tiers, as you can see, not too shabby, right? We didn't really pick up any damage upgrades apart from money equals power. But again, some smart and astute money management can lead you to a good situation like this. JG Wentworth knows what I'm talking about. We're about 90% of the way through this Mom fight. Pretty easy. And we actually picked up the Pact afterwards, which is just like, what did I tell you? If you trust in the Universal Item Pools mod, it'll do you some good things. And, you know, we have Compass, lots of health, well, decent amount of health. Compass is not very beneficial in this room. Really great amount of damage now, even ignoring the 3rd level Meat Boy, hopefully 4th level Meat Boy. Piercing shots plus Pact plus 4 damage up, basically. is a very nice position to be in. Now, we're not in Mom's Knife territory. Come on, meat boy. We're not in Mom's Knife territory, but if we get Mom's Knife, we will be, obviously. And now, you know, with 99 cents, I can afford to play Judgments, I think, and especially if we can get our money back within the floor, that makes a big difference. We are still in kind of recovery mode. I need to pick up as much HP as possible because I did lose an awful lot on that IV bag gamble. But I also basically doubled the effectiveness of money equals power, so I think it was well worth it. Telepills is not well worth it, especially without the compass. It freaks me out a little bit. We'll just tackle this floor the old-fashioned way, as if we didn't have map and compass, or any layout that would tell us where to go. So, I think our chances of winning this run are pretty good. I can't necessarily say, you know, better or worse than the last run. We have more HP than we had in the last run, but on the last run, we did have more damage than we have on this run. So, it's a bit of a crapshoot. In fact, I would say we have less chance of winning this run than we did in the last run, because I already know that we won the last run. So, I would be an idiot if I said we have a greater chance now, wouldn't I? What are we going to do, win better? We'll continue to pick up these keys. Those are very valuable. Mob Trap Room is an interesting value proposition. It depends on what we've got in there. I don't know whether if there's just an item on display, that would be ideal. But it's 99% odds not going to be that. Yeah, so I'm tempted, but also not very tempted. So we'll ignore the Mob Trap Room for now. If it was a golden chest, I would have ignored it as well, because we want to be at that magical 4 key mark, you know? So we can still open all the chests on the chest. More money, or more health, and it keeps me at a half-heart interval. Good for everybody. Umbilical cord is something we definitely do not want. Oh, I really thought this was going to be the right direction. Okay. Well, what's my ideal payout? Guppy item from the boss, followed by a deal with the devil with a guppy item. Or deal with the angel with a guppy item. I guess if we're talking a perfect world scenario of things that are extremely unlikely to happen, that's it. That's number 1 right there. 2 free guppy items that turn us into guppy, and then our damage would just be out of control. With 5 keys, I will open that, but with 4 keys, I will not. We already have Guppy's tail. That's why we're getting a decent number of golden chests. But, you know, if we can just hold off a little bit, golden chests will be worth a little bit more later than they are now. Guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed that they'll be worth more later, but there's a guarantee that they'll be worth at least the same. More bombs is actually good. We have poison bombs, man, so, you know, 21 might seem like we're approaching kind of overkill. I don't really care. I can survive without picking up extra keys, and I definitely don't need extra money, so bombs are up there when it comes to good consumables right now. Keys would probably still be more valuable, but I'm not going to complain about bombs. Alright, this is an important boss fight. It is Skolex. I was really hoping that it would be death, but so be it. Skolex is obviously going to be an exceptionally easy fight. Meat Boy's going to do a lot of damage. Our shots do a lot of damage. He may damage himself right there. I can't tell if he did. Whatever. Dad's key. No matter what is in the angel room, Dad's key is the reroll. And we get attack fly. That's pretty good. I'm okay with that. And in our angel room, we get Book of Revelations. Too bad we didn't get that before we walked into this room, but that's okay. Attack fly and a spirit heart. Not the worst payout, technically. Oh my god, we got Curse of Darkness again. Alright, so, you know, do you want to be the scariest man in the world and play the blood bank over and over and over? Probably not. Let's just, let's be happy with what we've got, health and speed-wise for now, and just move onwards. I seriously cannot believe, I can believe, unfortunately, that we've gotten the same curse like 5 times on this one level. But I wish I didn't have to believe it. Hopefully I'll just get lucky and I'll find the boss room right away. And we won't have to worry about it too much, but that's okay. My cat is going crazy. He's like, you missed a tinted rock like 4 floors ago. Toothpicks! Yeah, you know, I'll just pick it up. It's just a tiers upgrade, but it's a tiers upgrade, so anytime... The question was not whether or not I'm going to go through the mob trap room. The question is whether or not I'm going to go through the mob trap room for a tiers upgrade, or whether I'm going to reroll it a bunch of times. Probably would have been more exciting to reroll it a bunch of times, but I don't mind having increased rate of fire when we're doing as much damage as we're doing. And we also have piercing shots, which are going to make the bomb flies like super easy to kill if Loki ever summons one. Which he won't. Okay. Oh, I really thought that was the last boss. Well, the good news is with piercing shots, we'll be hitting all of the body segments of Chubb all at the same time. So he doesn't stand a fucking chance. But with 5 keys, yeah, we'll go open this up. It really was not worth anything for us here. We'll just start a awful chain reaction that we can't change. That's okay. Want to stay at a half-heart interval. Ruka, what's the problem, buddy? It's okay. I'll be done with the Isaac video in a second, and then you can come show me what the issue is, which is probably, you know, I'm hungry, but I forgot where the food dish is. It's right over there, man. It's the same place it's been since you were a wee little kitten. Anyway, I'll take the bombs, and, you know, it's encouraging thus far that we haven't hit a dead end, really. It means that we're possibly going in the right direction. Cat of Nine Tails, hey, we got a reroll pedestal. Spider-Butt, hey, we got a reroll pedestal. Spider-Butt's, like, pretty okay, but I don't really want it. Now that we've found a reroll pedestal, inevitably the boss room is just going to be right around the corner so that I have an incentive to leave rather than reroll. That's just the way it works. That's 4 bombs there. Pretty. What did I tell you? Every time, man. Every freaking time. But what we will do is fight Mom's Heart, and then we'll reroll Spider-Butt one more time, and unless it's an active item, we'll probably take whatever it gives us. And then move up to the Cathedral, because I don't want to spend forever on this floor. We have poison bombs now. Unfortunately, we were unable to get our momentum there. It really sucks. Third level Meat Boy can... Oh man, that was really bad. Third level Meat Boy can sometimes be really annoying when you're trying to place bombs on the Mom's Heart boss fight, but it's worth it. It pays for itself pretty quickly, ignoring his annoying bombness. He's really good at kicking those bombs away, though, I will admit. Meat Boy, come back, please. We are going to have to deal with Chubb. Kind of handled this fight improperly. That's okay, though. I'm not too concerned about it. And in fact, we'll have to deal with whatever comes after Chubb, too. Hopefully it's not 2 more turrets. Those are the most annoying. See, like, it's still easy. It's just an unideal way of handling the fight. And I ended up taking some damage because the fight went on for so long. And, you know, poor dodge on my part. So be it. We don't want to change our health right now. Our health's fine. More Spirit Hearts would be great, but apart from that, we don't want to change anything at all. And we get a Lump of Coal, which is actually a great pickup. Our range is shit, but Lump of Coal does give us a little bit of a damage boost. Now, the real question is, with our incredible rate of fire, will we have any chance to beat Isaac and get down to the chest? It's a weird one. Hopefully it's just up and around here. It's a weird one, and I mean that sincerely. Oh, the best part about having piercing shots on Monstro 2 is like 0 knockback, basically. It's gonna be interesting. We don't have any orbitals at all. I kind of miss our 2nd level Meat Boy now. So that's gonna mean that, you know, dodging is gonna be a pretty Herculean task. Oh, that was really bad dodging. Doesn't bode well, does it? We can only get hit like 6 times. If you also count permanent Polaroid invincibility, that gives us a pretty nice period of invulnerability if we have to use it. Oh, I didn't mean to open that. Didn't mean to open that, but that health may be important. Hopefully we pick up another key. We'll probably pick up another key on the chest, at the very least. We did find our boss room right away. Worst thing about fighting Gertie Jr. with piercing shots, no knockback. That's okay, he's already dead. I guess, you know, we're about to find out, so let's give it a try here. We don't have a 1-up, I just realized. 3rd level Meat Boy. I really do want you to be in there, even though you're going to be really annoying from a, like, dodging standpoint and also shooting my bombs out of the way. That might have been me shooting my bomb out of the way. I shouldn't necessarily blame Meat Boy. So Meat Boy's going to do some chewing, and I'm just going to do some dodging. He should really be firing shots in all directions. If Meat Boy's biting him, why is he shooting them at me? Like, he should be shooting them at Meat Boy in a radial pattern as opposed to a linear pattern here. Or, you know, like a cone. Oh, it's okay. This fight's actually going much better than I expected it would. I don't know why. The fact that Isaac is slowed by Rainbow Baby is pretty nice. We do have the speed required to get out of the way of most of these bullshit shots. Poison bombs I'm excited about. Those are going to do damage. There's a really sweet bomb location there. And Isaac's going to die. And I took more damage than I would have liked to. More stupid damage. I expected to take damage, but I took more stupid damage than I would have liked to. But it's okay. We can go back and pick up some of our health here. I still don't think we're set when it comes to beating Blue Baby. So that's why I didn't pick up the extra half heart there. I still don't think we're set when it comes to beating Blue Baby, but I think it's fairly plausible. We'll see in any case when I finish up here. We got 3 more chests. Okay, Guppy's head, pretty nice. Everything else, we're going to reroll. Even though the crate You know what? The crate's actually interesting because we get the Spirit Heart, and actually the golden key is great. I was hoping for a key, and we got a golden key, so that's great. And you know what? We will take Ace of Spades as well. Let's see what our pill is. The World. That's pretty big too, honestly. But really, the reason I got this is so I could open up this other crate, or open up this other chest, I should say. And we got 2 of diamonds, which, you know, would have been amazing earlier, but for now is just what it is. Is Ace of Spades better than the Polaroid? No. Well, let's just see what this is. Bombs are key. Oh, fantastic. It's not if we're gonna get permanent Polaroid invincibility, but if we're not, and we're probably not for the next few rooms at least, then I think it's best to go with Ace of Spades. The cards could make a huge difference. Meat is a really big pickup. Peeper's Eye sucks, and we'll get ready to reroll Mr. Boom. But apart from that, I'm pretty okay with the way things have gone here. Given the amount of damage that we're doing, Guppy's Head might not have been the worst choice for us to take, but I still think the rerolls are going to be more valuable. Obviously, picking up Meat was huge. We're going to be totally okay picking up the Miter. We're going to find the secret room and see what's in there. It's a slot machine. I could, you know, obviously play that. I have the money, but I think it's a bad idea. We may not get another reroll, so I think this might just be, like, where we sit, actually. So, there's probably an argument to be made that it's in my best interest to go back and get the Polaroid, but I'm very concerned about accidentally hurting myself on the spikes or the poop or the fire. And we got a Spirit Heart already, and we're going to be dealing with a pretty easy room here, especially given the speed I have. That means Lust is going to be a non-issue. And now that Lust is dead, we'll probably try to... It doesn't matter who we take out. We should actually try to take out Greed first, but I'm more interested in just, you know, surviving and finishing the room. If we can take out Greed first, by all means, sure. And then we'll get some bombs, which will actually be useful on this fight. I think we just go for the fight, to be honest with you, because I don't want to risk backtracking, even though there is some HP that I could use to my own advantage. All right, Meat Boy, get in there. Now, we could still lose this one pretty easily. And, you know, I've taken a lot of damage so far. We can always telepills out and then try to win again, but taking another run at it is going to really lower our chances, I think. So I've taken way too much damage so far, no question about that. I don't know how I did so well on the Isaac fight when, on the Blue Baby fight, I've been getting my shit rocked here. This is the hometown from the Flintstones. More like the Shitstones. I don't know what I'm channeling there. It's gonna be very, very tight. We're probably gonna lose, but I'm gonna continue going for it, because if I just have like a savant-ish run here. Oh, I walked into the Angel Fetus. That's so frustrating. That was a really good run, though. I had a great time with it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. If you did, make sure to show your support by clicking the like button, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more Isaac. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.